Hello and thanks for joining us. Today, the softer side of us with British-Ghanaian artist Richard Mensah. Now, that was work being shown at a new Paris exhibition at Afikaris Gallery. It's a celebration of the Black community across different eras and places in the US, UK and Ghana. The artist Richard Mensah is here with us. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for hosting me.
It's a pleasure to have you. Congratulations on this show. It's your first solo show in Paris. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. I think it's a blessing to be here, and I really do enjoy. I've really enjoyed being here. I've been here for the past 2 days, and it's been great.
Well, we went to chat to the curator of your new show, your first solo show in Paris. Her name is Essie Dabla Atikpo, and she described the show for us.
Work is really questioning the Black experience, be it in UK, in Ghana, or in the US, where you have obviously a lot of Black communities, and but specifically through looking at enjoyment and liberation, freedom. So it's really a whole series of work that are about Black freedom, if I can say, Black joy.
So Richard, that was the curator of your show, The Softer Side of Us. How would you describe the exhibition?
The Softer Side of Us is an exhibition that looks at the Black narrative around Black people. And I wanted to focus on the softer side of us. If I say the softer side of us, I mean Black people showing public affection, relaxing, just doing normal things that we all do. And I just wanted to show that that side is not often shown more often. And that is what I wanted to reflect.
And you were born in Ghana, and your studies are actually science-based, chemical engineering. When did art come into the mix?
I've always been an artist. Ever since I can remember anything, I used to sketch, paint, draw as a child. But in Ghana, my parents didn't see art as a viable career option for me. So I was nudged towards the sciences and engineering. And fortunately, unfortunately for me, I was very good in maths and science as well. So I ended up doing chemical engineering in Ghana. And because art is something that comes naturally to me, I've always been attracted to art. So back in 2016, 2017, I found myself doing art again. And I was encouraged by the reception, and I've carried on.
And you were born in Ghana, but you found yourself in London in the early 2000s. Why did you go to London, and how does it influence your work?
I came to London specifically to continue with my engineering work. So, but as I said, because art has always been part of me, and that is the side that has always been natural to me, I found myself going back to art. So in 2016, I think my mom visited me from Ghana, and I did a very small sketch, and she asked me, "Can you still paint?" And I said, "Of course, it's not left me." So I started painting again, and that's been my journey.
And there's a lot of talk recently about artificial intelligence. Chats, GPT and other AI tools are like writing our emails, putting together our social media posts, and they are also creating art. You have got a science background. Are you spooked or amazed by AI?
I am amazed by AI, and I think I'm the type of person that embraces innovation, technology. So it is good that AI is now more or less contributing to art and creation as well. I think it's a good thing that we should all embrace. So I'm not spooked at all. I'm really intrigued by it, and it's something very, very new, exciting. Myself, I am exploring AI, I haven't done any AI art yet, but I am exploring it.
Okay, well, earlier in the week, we actually spoke to a German artist called Boris Eldegson, who started a huge debate about the future of photography because he won a prestigious award with an image he made using AI. The rapidly advancing technology is not only posing serious ethical and legal questions for photographers, but for all creatives, from manga artists and musicians to illustrators. Olivia Bizo has this story.
You wouldn't know it, but this photo portrait was made using artificial intelligence. It won the first prize in a prestigious Sony competition.
I was surprised that I won. I was also surprised that after I told the awards that it's AI generated and suggested that we need to have a discussion about this and that AI generated images should not compete with photography in the same category, that this suggestion by mine was just not responded to.
Boris Eldegson refused the awards, saying he only entered the photo to speed up the debate around the use of AI in the industry. Today, just about anyone can create art from scratch by simply typing a few words on a computer. But can that be considered art? Is AI threatening the livelihoods of artists? And is a technology being used to steal their art? Carla Ortiz, an illustrator based in San Francisco, has sued the company Stability AI for using her work without getting proper copy, credit, or consent.
I'm starting to see AI encroach in my industry. I have heard many reports from artists around the world that they've lost commissions over this. It's happening rapidly.
While many artists see AI as competition, others see it as a tool. Last month, Japan's first AI-drawn manga hit the shelves. The author, who goes by the name Rootport and who's hiding his identity with an avatar, admits he turned to AI because he had absolutely zero drawing talent.
I can say AI drawing is far faster than hand drawing. While a full colour illustration takes an artist one full day, no matter how fast the person draws, this tool finishes in a minute or so. I think this is a clear advantage.
From mangas to photography to music, AI is taking over. Many, like Constant Brinkman, are even betting on it. He opened the world's very first AI gallery in Amsterdam.
This is not going away. The genie is out of the bottle. It's here to stay.
We heard an artist there saying they use AI because they have no talent. You clearly have an amazing talent for painting. Is AI art real art, do you think?
Art is very difficult to define. It is anything that anyone can, anything can be described as art. That's the first thing. And I think, in your report, the last speaker did mention that AI is here to stay. It's not going to go away. So I think we have to find a way to work with it.
We have to learn to live with it.
Yes.
We have to learn to embrace it.
Embrace it, yeah.
But I want to talk about one of your works, Richard. Tell us about an allegory of grief.
With allegory of grief, what I wanted to explore and reflect on was the hidden meaning of grief and also the process of grieving. I specifically based the painting on the concept of grieving in some Ghanaian culture of grieving. So within this piece, I wanted to reflect on it being a somber occasion or process, at the same time being celebration of the end of life. In Ghanaian culture, in some Ghanaian cultures and in some other cultures that I've come to know, grieving can also, or celebration of the end of life can also be part of the grieving process. And it is seen as being, on this planet, is seen as we being in transition. Therefore, when we depart this place, we celebrate the end of that process. That is why I wanted to really capture that. But there is also another hidden meaning in this piece, which is to show courage, and also to show that we can be different even when grieving.
It is interesting because I know in Europe we're not very good at dealing with death, and we don't celebrate. So it's good to have and to see a different way of dealing with it. I want to talk about another piece of your work. It's called When We Arrived. Tell us about that.
When We Arrive seeks to look at the other narrative of Afro-Caribbean people who came to the United Kingdom after the Second World War, the 1940s, 50s, to help build the economy of the UK. Usually, the side or the narrative about them is the brilliant work that they did when they arrived in the UK. We don't usually see the other side of the story that they brought to the UK. They brought their own culture. They brought sport, cricket, which they really like. They did other things which are normal, which, like every other person do. But that side of their story is not usually portrayed. And within this piece, I wanted to show that side of the people that came to the UK around 1940s and the 50s.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your work with us. We always end our shows with our guests' cultural pick of the moment. What have you chosen?
Yeah, because I'm a creative person, I do enjoy going to art institutions such as museums. One of such institutions that I visit most of the time is the National Gallery in London. I do like seeing arts from different eras, and one of such shows ongoing currently is After Impressionism, Inventing Modern Art, which is celebrating the art of three great artists, Paul Cézanne, Paul Gauguin, and Vincent van Gogh.
Richard, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for hosting me.
And we're going to leave you with a glimpse at After Impressionism, Inventing Modern Art at the National Gallery in London. Richard Mensah's exhibition, The Softer Side of Us, is on at the Afikaris Gallery in Paris until the 20th of May. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.
France 24, more than ever before, is your window onto the world.
Liberté, égalité, actualité.